when the hermeticist, when the occultist, when the narrow gate Christian, or the person on the path to ascension attains an elevated state of consciousness, they become the master of their own destiny. Because the person who conquers the forces which endeavor to impel them towards experiences that they no longer need, since they have become conscious, since they have become elevated, they have conquered the imp of the perverse. Now this is the notable difference between the initiate and a person who is unaware of nature's laws. The initiate, the ascendant metahuman, lives fully conscious, knowing perfectly well where they are going, while the other lives like a leaf in the wind, blown about, controlled by their lower animal nature. Now, once a person has come to the end of the terrestrial cycle, which was assigned to them in their present physical body, the transformation we call death comes about, which is only the birth into another life. At the moment of the separation between the spirit and the body, one is born into the field of energy, which is a life totally distinct from the physical, as it is not possible to enjoy the material pleasures to which once a person was accustomed to. Because the law is that children feed from their parents, the newly disincarnated must face all the mental forms born from their passions, their addictions, their desires and feelings encountered during their lives on earth. Now, from this experience is born the belief in hell. For it is a veritable hell for those who have surrendered to base human passions, because their spiritual children face them in the form of horrible demons that endeavor to continue feeding off of them. In order to evolve, they must overcome all their evil inclinations and weaknesses until the disintegration of the children born of their passions is attained. Once this is accomplished, there is a period of rest on the higher levels until they are fit to return to life once again. Now one who has lived a pure and noble life on earth will, upon death, be surrounded by angels, who are their own special children, spiritual children, and who will help them to rise to the invisible planes. For one who has not taken the trouble to cultivate themselves spiritually and morally, death is a constant threat, and appears as something horrible in their eyes. Now this is not the case for one who has reached a higher state of consciousness, because death for them is a new life, and they are absolutely unafraid, since they are certain of having acted always according to the dictates of their conscience. They have always listened to that still small voice within their higher self, the voice of God.